Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is Matty here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video. This one is going to be a tutorial or a demonstration of my favorite build for Charizard in Pokemon Unite. Personally, I think that this is the best way to play Charizard right now. Probably one of the most popular characters in the game. One of the characters or Pokemon that they give you right at the start. So kind of can be one of your starting Pokemon. So very popular pick. They recently just completely rechanged Charizard, all of his moves, his Unite move in particular, when the game got updated and moved to the mobile release. Today, we're going to be talking about a critical damage physical melee Charizard build. Charizard is a very powerful all-arounder, meaning that he has good HP, but he also deals out some significant damage. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick, just to give us a quick idea, a little bit about Charizard, and then we'll talk about the build. Alright, looking at its basic attack, deals continual damage, deals increased damage to opposing Pokemon that are burned, and increases in range when the user evolves. So, the more you evolve, right, when you start as Charmander, your range is very close range. When you get Charmeleon, your basic attack range is a little bit larger, and then once you go to Charizard, you actually are about a medium range attacker. It doesn't tell you exactly what this attack is, but you pretty much just shoot out flames continuously. We'll talk a little bit more about how that basic attack actually works, because it's going to be very important to this build. Moving on to the passive ability, which is going to be Blaze. When the Pokemon is at half HP or less, its critical hit chance is increased. This is going to be very important because we are building, of course, a critical damage Charizard build. Okay, now the moves that I'm running on Charizard are going to be Fire Punch, first of all, which has the user punch with a fiery fist, dealing damage and shoving opposing Pokemon. When it hits, it also leaves the opposing Pokemon burned. And this is a very important aspect of Charizard, a very important mechanic. Your basic attack, the fire that you shoot out as your basic attack, does a lot more damage to opposing Pokemon when they're already burned. So Fire Punch definitely helps with that. Before we use our basic attack to whittle down opponents, we're going to want to hit them with the Fire Punch. Does good damage in its own right, but also kind of shoots you towards the target, and then it's going to increase our basic attack damage, which is really where the majority of the damage comes from when we're playing Charizard. When we upgrade Fire Punch, it reduces the move's cooldown every time a basic attack hits. And a lot of basic attacks hit with Charizard, which means we're going to be able to spam Fire Punch. Definitely his best move, in my opinion. Next up, we're going to be using, of course, all of the physical attacks. The next one up is going to be Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz is a sure hit attack, which makes it very, very good to lock onto opponents, get right up to them, and start dealing tons of damage. Has the user charge forward, cloaked in fire, throwing the opposing Pokemon, and it also grants the user a shield. Now, Flare Blitz doesn't do an insane amount of damage, but what it does do is it helps you target single Pokemon, stun them for a quick second, knock them up in the air, and also set up for a Fire Punch and then subsequently some basic attack damage. When you upgrade this attack, it also decreases the movement speed of opposing Pokemon for a short time when they're thrown by the move. Incredibly good. The combo between Flare Blitz and Fire Punch, super, super good. We'll talk about the rotation here in just a little bit. We're going to move on to some gameplay. But before we do that, let's talk about Charizard's Unite move, which is probably the single best part of Charizard. Seismic Slam, another sure hit attack. The user grabs the Pokemon, so it's a single target attack. You lock onto an opposing Pokemon. When you target it, you grab them, you fly up into the air, and then you slam them into the ground. It does a whole lot of damage, kind of an execute in its own right, but after you use the attack for a short time afterward, the user can move freely over obstacles. You fly high up in the air. And when you're using this Unite move, the user's basic attack deals far more increased damage and leaves the opposing Pokemon burned. In addition, when the user deals damage to an opposing Pokemon, it recovers HP. So the more damage we do with Charizard's Unite move, the more HP that we actually recover while we're using it. This is honestly one of the best Unite moves in the game. It's super, super powerful. Charizard's basic attacks are incredible in their own right, and then when we further go ahead and use our Unite move and we get that buff where we're flying in the air, just showering fire on down to our opponents, it does an incredible, incredible amount of damage. So the Unite move, very, very important on Charizard, and we're going to see that happen quite a few times in the gameplay that we're going to show. All right, now moving on to the item moveset, or the item build, the item set, whatever you want to call it, which is probably the most significant part of the video. We're going to be rocking these three items. We have Muscle Band, Razor Claw, and Scope Lens. Now, Scope Lens and Razor Claw are both items that boost our critical hit rate, which is, again, really, really important. Charizard has a pretty high critical hit rate in its own right, but the really key mechanic that I want to focus on here is, of course, Charizard's basic attack. So if you don't know how the basic attack works, while you're shooting at the fire, what it actually does is it hits the opponent with like a massive amount of really small damages. Like it's basically a bunch of little attacks really quickly all in one group, right? And the way that critical hit chance works in this game is that, of course, you have a certain chance to crit every time you deal damage. So with Charizard's basic attack, we deal damage like 10, 15 times in like a second, right? So that's going to further increase our chance to crit, right, for each of those individual attacks, which is why the critical build for Charizard is so good. On top of that, we're running Muscle Band, and this is going to increase our basic attack speed and our overall attack stat, but the passive effect of Muscle Band, when the basic attack hits, the damage is increased by 3% of the opposing Pokemon's remaining HP. So each time it hits, it's increased by 3%. So that is absolutely insane if you think about it. We'll show you some gameplay. You guys will get an idea, but it's really, in my opinion, the best way to play Charizard. The amount of crits are insane. The amount of damage you do from just your basic auto attacks, absolutely insane. So yeah, I mean, critical hit melee Charizard, honestly one of the best characters in the whole game. When it comes to all-arounders, he might not be able to contest with Lucario still in terms of overall burst damage, but definitely an incredibly strong Pokemon, and one of my favorite Pokemon to be playing right now in Pokemon Unite. Alright, so let's move on to a game where I'm going to be testing out this Charizard build, and I'll show you guys a little bit about what Charizard can really do. Alright, so let's get into this match where I'm playing this physical melee critical damage build Charizard. So it's actually really crazy. Right off the bat, even as Charmander, we can see just how much damage we're doing with this basic auto attack. I'd like to go bottom lane with Charmander, personally. It's just kind of my favorite way to go. Unfortunately, Squirtle and Lucario both went bottom lane with me. So it looks like Squirtle there, he's going to back up and take some of the jungle farm. Hey, Pokemon Unite is absolutely crazy. You never know what you're going to find. But, of course, we start off with Fire Spin and Flame Burst. Your basic auto attacks is still going to be the main way that you do a lot of damage, but with Flame Burst, we can burn our opponents and whittle them down even more so with our basic auto attack, and of course, Fire Spin is going to do some damage over time, but it really isn't until we get Fire Punch that we're able to do some substantial damage. So, early game with Charmander, we're a little bit squishy, we're not very mobile, so you definitely have to be a little bit careful when it comes to getting into team altercations, and we see that there's 3 of them here bottom lane, just me and this Lucario. We're going to have to try to figure it out. They're trying to steal some of our some of our farm, some of our wild Pokemon if they spawn. But it looks like they're going to be pushing the tower here. Unfortunately, just not much that we can really do. Just a little Charmander at this point. But it looks like our Zorora comes down. He's going to try to get a little gank going. And boom, just like that, we get a couple double kills. And now we get Fire Punch as Charmeleon, and this is going to be the point where we do a lot of damage, and there's a nice little Fire Punch to get the kill there. So we're going to be able to score some points, which is good, because with Charizard, if you're ahead of the XP curve, that's typically really important. There's Squirtle coming out of absolutely nowhere, and we see on that Vespiquen as a level 5 Charmeleon just doing so much damage, and that Fire Punch combined with the basic attack. So much damage already from Charmeleon. This critical build is absolutely insane. I go a little bit out of my way here to get this Absol because I know that I just do absolute insane damage. This Crustle, though, might be an issue. I'm trying to get my levels up quick. We'll hit him with a Fire Punch, but he's got that Shell Smash, so he's doing a lot of damage. I'm going to get this 12-point dunk here to heal some health, and then hopefully probably just back out, man. It's so funny watching back this gameplay because, of course, there's probably a lot of mistakes that I'm going to be making throughout the match, but it's just interesting, you know what I mean, to kind of look back. I'm going to go ahead and steal this War Turtles camps a little bit, because why not? I need that XP. I'm already 2 levels above them, but, some more XP can't hurt. Really looking to get to level 10, I believe, is when Charizard evolves. It might be level 9, but we're going to go ahead right up to the center area and take an easy little KO on that poor Ralts there. Absolutely insane damage already at level 7 and being a Charmeleon. I'm going to go over here bottom lane. This Absol here, he's kind of terrorizing, but we hit him with that Flare Blitz, which is so good to lock onto opponents. Just absolutely devastating damage. And that basic attack, man, that's really where it comes in. I'm going to get the dunk over Zorora, even though I believe he had more points than me, so I do apologize. Yeah, he had 30, but hey, 9 points, not a big difference. We want that XP. And, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and whittle down these bees here, whittle down this camp, and then boom, level 9. So now we're Charizard, and we instantly get our Unite move. At this point, we are an absolute beast. So I'm going to go ahead and just start soloing this Dreadnought. I see Crustle over here. I'm not too afraid. I do absurd damage, and I'm also 3 levels above him. So I'm just going to start whittling down this Dreadnought a little bit, and I see that he's sticking around. So I'm like, all right, let's go. Absol comes in, so I'm just going to attack the Absol, and I pop the Unite move because I know that after I deal with Absol, it's going to be hard to deal with this Crustle. So we're just going to absolutely shred through those 2 Pokemon for the double kill, and that should give us plenty of time to get Dreadnought here. And you can just see, I mean, when you're ahead of the XP curve, Charizard is just an absolute menace. Dreadnought heals back up to full HP, but not a big deal. Being Charizard, doing absurd damage, we're going to be able to, kill this Dreadnought in no time at all. Will we get there before these guys come in? Yes, we do. So we get that Dreadnought buff, and now we're going to just be doing absurd damage. We whittle down that Absol immediately. Absol doesn't have a lot of health, not a lot of defense, so going to be easy to get that. We also get the Crustle and the Venusaur. Can we get the Cinderace? We're not going to chase him. We're pretty low HP, but that Machamp, though, takes all 3 kills. Machamp is a little bit better at stealing those last hits, so hey, you know what? It's fine. We don't need the kills. It's all good. Not a big deal, right? We're just trying to get XP. We're trying to win the game. And at this point, just being as aggressive as we possibly can. Already level 11 here with the upgraded Fire Punch. Going to give us that much better damage output, which is just already absolutely insane. I'm coming up the top lane here, just kind of farming where I can, getting all this XP, which is just kind of laying around. I know that there's kind of a team fight going on at that top tower. I'm not too worried. We're kind of in the lead. Our team is pushing. They're being aggressive, which is good because, again, we have the advantage throughout this entire match. But for me right now, XP farming in the mid game, not a big deal. You know what? We're in the lead. I don't really have to do anything else, so I'm just going to go ahead and farm these guys, level up a little bit more, and while Machamp gets another triple kill. What an absolute animal that Machamp is. Absolutely a beast. So we actually have our Unite move already again, so I know that if I ever get into a tricky situation against 1, 2, or 3 people, I'm going to be able to deal with that pretty easily. I see the Crustle here. He's coming bottom lane trying to score, but I got the old Flare Blitz. So I'm going to go ahead and just stab him there, but unfortunately, he's got that Shell Smash. He's got the big shield. He might have used his Unite move. I'm not sure, but either way, did get that dunk. But we're going to go ahead and deal with this Crustle in no time. There's the Fire Punch doing insane damage, and look at that basic attack damage on a Crustle, too. Absolutely insane. The damage is just absolutely devastating. I love this Charizard build. It's super easy to lock onto opponents, get right close to them, and deal that damage with our basic attack. I'm going to try to get the 50 dunk here. It looks like the opposing team is just nowhere to be found, so, I'm like, why not? I'll get the 50 dunk, heal up that HP, get to level 12, not a big deal, and then we'll farm some more XP. Not as aggressive in this game towards opposing Pokemon as I probably would have liked to be, but I know that games can turn in an instant, so it's good to get that experience. Crustle's back, and he's not going anywhere, really. There's the Flare Blitz locking right onto him, and he can't get away. We're pretty mobile as Charizard. We're very good at kind of chasing down opponents and finishing them up. It's just insane how much damage we really do, especially that we've been farming so much ahead of that XP curve. And my team is just doing a great job pushing. They really are. I could be a little bit more involved in the action, but they're not really having a tough time. They really aren't. So I'm going to go ahead and follow this Rotom, which is pushing all the way down to their home tower. This Absol's coming in hot. He's like, hey, what's going on, guys? Boom. We're going to hit that Venusaur, absolutely deleted. And then he's going to go ahead and just destroy that Absol as well. So Machamp doing insane amounts of work here. We're going to get the 30 dunk on their home tower. Now we're going to go bottom lane, get some more farm here, get these Corphish. Absolutely deleted. Goodbye, Corphish. And I see that Crustle here just stole Dreadnought, and I'm like, well, that kind of sucks. But you know what? Not a big deal. We're just going to score in this tower. We're going to try to take it down. Absol appears. I don't know what he's going to do, honestly. I don't know what he's expecting. He does pop the Unite move, though, does a lot of damage. So we're going to go ahead and use our Unite move. Absolutely delete the Absol. But I'm super low health because we're not running Buddy Barrier. But we still get the Cinderace because of that Machamp. Does an absolutely insane work. Super nice to have a Machamp like that on your team. He can be really good. I think Machamp is kind of like a mid-tier character, but super good. This Machamp was at least, and I think our opponents just didn't really know how to deal with him. Again, farming up more XP. We got 40 seconds till the Zapdos fight. Yeah, this game was kind of a blowout, not going to lie. It wasn't very close. Machamp just deleting that Absol there for the 100th time this game. And I see the Venusaur. He's kind of contesting here. I think he might be trying to go through the jungle, and it looks like he is. So we're going to catch him there in the middle and absolutely just delete him. It's the amount of damage that we're doing here combined Machamp and Charizard is just literally absolutely insane. So we got 15 seconds till Zapdos. I'm feeling pretty good. My Unite move is almost up. We're miles ahead in terms of XP and level for the against the opponent, right? So we're kind of chilling. I'm not too concerned with how this game's going to go. I see the Crustle also trying to come through the jungle here. We're going to catch him with the Fire Punch and just do absolutely insane damage, chase him down with the Flare Blitz, and that guy is absolutely toast. You'll notice that we do a ton of damage with Charizard, but in this game we aren't getting a lot of last hits. That's partly because we're playing with characters like Machamp and Zorora, which are a lot better at getting last hits. Oh, what's going on, Cinderace? This guy, man, absolutely devastating. He's going to go ahead, try to get away, but he just can't. He really can't. The range from Charizard is actually quite good. Now I see that this Aurora is attacking Zapdos, which you shouldn't do when you have a lead as big as ours. But I figured, why not? Nobody's around. I might as well help out. And Crustle's back. I'm just going to pop the Unite move on him because you know what? Why not? You know what? I mean, what else am I going to use it for? We'll just get the kill on the Crustle. I get that extra mobility boost, and I'm just going to head to their base tower to get the 50 score. They're going to try to kill me in time, but they can't. I'm a Charizard. I'm pretty bulky, and then I'm just going to start whittling down these Pokemon. Absol deleted, Gardevoir deleted, and let's get another 7-point dunk. Why not? A lot of stuff going on right now. This game has been over for a long time, but it's nice to kind of keep on the pressure, score as many points as possible, and I think this game we might get over 1,000 points. I'm not exactly sure. I'm trying to kind of figure that out, but we'll see. We'll see what it ends up. That Venusaur, though, literally just disappeared. I don't even know where he went. This Absol, though, probably the same thing's about to happen. Boom, Fire Punch, deleted with the basic auto attack, and we're going to get a little 12-point dunk here. Why not? I have the Unite move yet again, so I'm looking, hey, let's grab the Gardevoir, see if we can get her here. Sometimes you can kill them even in their home tower if they're out a little bit like that. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to do it. This pressure is absolutely insane. But this is the dominance, right, of a crit Charizard who's ahead of the curve. Delete that Gardevoir the second she steps out of her tower. We're going to score to dodge that Solar Beam. I thought that move was pretty cool. And we're going to go ahead and try to target the Cinderace, but the two of them at their home tower are going to be pretty difficult to get these guys down. We did live for quite a bit, though. But, hey, not much you can do. The game is about to end. 3, 2, 1. And, yeah, that's it, guys. That's it. The gameplay, again, not a super close game, not a super high-level competitive game by any means. And look at that, 1,169 points to 101. Yeah, I mean, not a super close game. Probably didn't play perfectly there. I did a lot of farming. Probably wasn't the most entertaining gameplay of all time. But we scored 308 points, 10 kills, 16 assists. So, I'm going to go ahead and just add that Machamp as a friend because that guy was an absolute beast. But, yeah, I mean, critical damage Charizard build, absolutely insane. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Test out this build. Let me know what you guys think. I know Buddy Barrier is super good on Charizard because that Unite move is really good, but we're doing a little bit of a different job with it. Oh, I'm back on camera. What's going on, guys? But, yeah. Critical damage, melee, Charizard build. In my opinion, the best way to play Charizard. And in my opinion, one of the best characters in the game right now after his recent buffs and balance changes to Pokemon Unite. So I know a lot of people have Charizard. It's one of the characters that pretty much everybody who plays Unite has. So if you have Charizard and you have this Pokemon, I highly recommend trying out this build, going with critical damage. It's absolutely insane. Your sustainability is a little bit low with this build, but your damage output kind of makes up for that. All right, guys, have a great day. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. It means a lot to me. We just started making Unite content here on the video, or content here on the channel. But if you like it, again, we'll be doing it for quite a bit now because I really do love playing Unite. All right, guys, have a great day. We'll catch you guys later. Stay tuned for more Unite videos. Have a good night.